A broken neutral line on the utility feed to a house can cause 240 volts to run through the home's electrical system, potentially damaging appliances and create a fire hazard. There are several residential overvoltage protection devices that can help prevent damage from these incidents. Firstly, a whole house surge protector with overvoltage protection. These devices, such as the Eaton CHSP T2 Ultra, which is UL 1449 certified, provide surge protection up to 200,000 amps and overvoltage protection up to 400 volts alternating current. Another option is the Siemens FSO140, also UL 1449 certified, offering surge protection up to 40,000 amps and overvoltage protection up to 320 volts alternating current. Secondly, transformer-based voltage regulators, like the Solar SB10, regulate voltage between 105 and 130 volts alternating current. These regulators provide overvoltage protection up to 145 volts alternating current and are designed for low-maintenance operation. Thirdly, overvoltage relays such as the Square D cover 20 trip when the voltage exceeds a preset threshold, for example 240 volts alternating current. This relay disconnects the power to protect the house and can be installed in the main electrical panel. Whole house surge protectors and voltage regulators are typically installed at the meter base, while overvoltage relays are installed in the main distribution panel. When selecting an overvoltage protection device, consider the following factors. 1. The voltage and current rating of the device must match the electrical system of the house. 2. The device must be UL 1449 certified. 3. The device should have a high surge current capacity. 4. The device should have a fast response time. In addition to installing an overvoltage protection device, there are several other steps you can take to protect your house from voltage surges and broken neutral lines. Firstly, check with your insurance company to see if the policy covers damage caused by voltage surges. Secondly, report any incidents of voltage fluctuations or broken lines to the utility company. Thirdly, trim trees near power lines to prevent potential contact with the lines. Understanding how a broken neutral can cause overvoltage is important. In a standard residential electrical system, power is supplied through two hot wires, each carrying approximately 120 volts alternating current, and a neutral wire. The neutral wire provides a return path for the current. When the neutral wire is intact, the voltage between each hot wire and the neutral is balanced at 120 volts alternating current. However, when the neutral wire is broken, the voltage balance is disrupted. The voltage on one hot wire may increase significantly while the voltage on the other hot wire decreases. This can result in some circuits receiving more than 120 volts alternating current, while others receive less. Appliances designed to operate at 120 volts alternating current can be damaged by overvoltage, while those receiving undervoltage may not function properly. A 240 volt alternating current appliance, such as a dryer or oven, may also be damaged if the voltage on one of the hot wires is significantly higher than the other. Overvoltage protection devices work by detecting voltage surges and diverting the excess voltage to ground. This prevents the overvoltage from reaching the appliances and electrical equipment in the house. Surge protectors typically use metal oxide varistors, or MOS, to divert the excess voltage. MOV are designed to conduct current when the voltage exceeds a certain level. When a voltage surge occurs, the MOV conducts the excess current to ground, protecting the connected devices. Voltage regulators maintain a constant voltage level even when the input voltage fluctuates. They typically use transformers or electronic circuits to regulate the voltage. Overvoltage relays trip a circuit breaker when the voltage exceeds a preset threshold. This disconnects the power to the house, preventing further damage. In the event of a broken neutral, the best course of action is to immediately turn off the main breaker to the house. This will prevent further damage to appliances and electrical equipment. Contact the utility company to report the broken neutral and have it repaired as soon as possible. It is also a good idea to inspect the electrical system for any signs of damage. Look for blown fuses, tripped circuit breakers, and damaged wiring. If you find any damage, have it repaired by a qualified electrician. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the installation of overvoltage protection devices. Consult the NEC for specific requirements in your area. It is important to follow the NEC guidelines to ensure that the overvoltage protection device is installed correctly and safely. Consider the location in Portage, Indiana. Factors like local electrical grid stability and weather patterns might influence the frequency of neutral wire damage. Regular inspections of the service entrance, the point where electricity enters the home, can help identify potential problems before they lead to a broken neutral. Look for signs of corrosion, loose connections, or damage to the wires or equipment. If any issues are found, contact a qualified electrician to make repairs. The age of the home's electrical system can also be a factor. Older electrical systems may be more susceptible to damage from voltage surges and fluctuations. If the home has an older electrical system, it may be beneficial to have it inspected and upgraded by a qualified electrician. Upgrading the electrical system can improve its reliability and reduce the risk of damage from overvoltage. When choosing a whole house surge protector, look for a device with a high surge current capacity. The surge current capacity is the maximum amount of current that the device can handle during a surge event. A higher surge current capacity indicates that the device is better able to protect against large surges. Consider the voltage protection rating, or volts protection rating, of the surge protector. The volts protection rating is the maximum voltage that the device will allow to pass through to the connected devices. A lower volts protection rating indicates that the device will provide better protection against overvoltage. Some surge protectors also offer diagnostic features such as LED indicators that show the status of the device. These features can be helpful for monitoring the performance of the surge protector and identifying potential problems. When installing a whole house surge protector, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The surge protector should be installed by a qualified electrician. The surge protector should be connected to a dedicated circuit breaker. The surge protector should be properly grounded. Overvoltage relays can provide an additional layer of protection against overvoltage. These relays monitor the voltage and trip a circuit breaker when the voltage exceeds a preset threshold. Overvoltage relays can be installed in the main electrical panel or in individual circuits. When choosing an overvoltage relay, it is important to select a device that is compatible with the electrical system of the house. The relay should have a voltage rating that matches the voltage of the circuit that it is protecting. The relay should have a current rating that is sufficient for the load on the circuit. Overvoltage relays can be a cost-effective way to protect sensitive electronic equipment from damage due to overvoltage. Transformer-based voltage regulators are another option for protecting against overvoltage. These devices regulate the voltage to a constant level, even when the input voltage fluctuates. Voltage regulators can be used to protect the entire house or individual circuits. When choosing a voltage regulator, it is important to select a device that is sized appropriately for the load that it will be protecting. The voltage regulator should have a voltage rating that matches the voltage of the circuit that it is protecting. The voltage regulator should have a current rating that is sufficient for the load on the circuit. Voltage regulators can be a good option for protecting sensitive electronic equipment from damage due to voltage fluctuations. In addition to the devices mentioned above, there are also a number of other surge protection products available, such as surge protection strips and surge protection receptacles. These products can be used to protect individual electronic devices from surge damage. When choosing surge protection products, it is important to look for products that are UL 1449 certified. UL 1449 certification indicates that the product has been tested and meets safety standards. It is also important to choose products that are sized appropriately for the load that they will be protecting. A layered approach to surge protection is often the most effective way to protect the home from surge damage. This approach involves using a combination of surge protection devices, such as a whole house surge protector, surge protection strips, and surge protection receptacles. The whole house surge protector provides protection for the entire house, while the surge protection strips and surge protection receptacles provide protection for individual electronic devices. By using a layered approach, you can provide comprehensive protection against surge damage. Regular maintenance of the electrical system can help prevent overvoltage and other electrical problems. This includes inspecting the wiring, circuit breakers, and outlets for any signs of damage. It also includes trimming trees near power lines to prevent them from contacting the lines. If you notice any problems with the electrical system, it is important to have them repaired by a qualified electrician. Understanding the role of grounding in electrical safety is critical. A properly grounded electrical system provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock or fire. The grounding system should be inspected regularly to ensure that it is in good condition. The grounding electrode, which is typically a ground rod or a metal water pipe, should be securely connected to the grounding wire. The grounding wire should be properly sized for the electrical system. If the grounding system is not in good condition, it should be repaired or replaced by a qualified electrician. Considering the 2008 National Electrical Code, Article 280 covers surge arresters. While surge arresters are typically used in commercial and industrial applications, the principles of overvoltage protection are similar. The NEC provides guidelines for the installation and use of surge protective devices in residential applications. Article 310(16) of the NEC provides ampacity tables for conductors. When selecting conductors for the electrical system, it is important to choose conductors that are sized appropriately for the load that they will be carrying. The ampacity of a conductor is the maximum amount of current that it can carry safely. The ampacity of a conductor depends on several factors, including the size of the conductor, the type of insulation, and the ambient temperature. The NEC provides tables that list the ampacity of different types of conductors under different conditions. It is important to consult these tables to ensure that the conductors are sized appropriately for the electrical system. Article 250 of the NEC covers grounding and bonding. Grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock or fire. Bonding connects all of the metal parts of the electrical system together, creating a low impedance path for fault current. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems. The service entrance is the point where electricity enters the home. The service entrance typically includes the service drop, the meter, and the main disconnect. The service drop is the overhead wires that connect the home to the utility grid. The meter measures the amount of electricity that is used by the home. The main disconnect is a switch that can be used to disconnect the power to the entire home. The service entrance should be inspected regularly for any signs of damage. The service drop should be clear of trees and other obstructions. The meter should be properly sealed and grounded. The main disconnect should be easily accessible and in good working order. If any problems are found with the service entrance, they should be repaired by a qualified electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of the home's electrical system. The electrical panel contains the circuit breakers or fuses that protect the individual circuits in the home. The electrical panel should be inspected regularly for any signs of damage. The circuit breakers or fuses should be properly sized for the circuits that they are protecting. The wiring in the electrical panel should be in good condition. If any problems are found with the electrical panel, they should be repaired by a qualified electrician. Branch circuits are the individual circuits that supply power to the lights, outlets, and appliances in the home. Branch circuits should be properly wired and protected by circuit breakers or fuses. The wiring in branch circuits should be in good condition. The outlets and switches should be properly installed and grounded. If any problems are found with branch circuits, they should be repaired by a qualified electrician. Lighting is an important part of the home's electrical system. Lighting should be energy efficient and provide adequate illumination. The wiring for lighting should be in good condition. The light fixtures should be properly installed and grounded. If any problems are found with lighting, they should be repaired by a qualified electrician. Appliances are a major consumer of electricity in the home. Appliances should be energy efficient and properly maintained. The wiring for appliances should be in good condition. The appliances should be properly grounded. If any problems are found with appliances, they should be repaired by a qualified technician.